Hello everyone. So today here we have a KCT question on linear programming problem. The question goes as given LPP, minimize f equals to 2x1 minus x2 subjected to the following given constraints. Okay. So here you can consider the x1 variable along x-axis. You can consider the x2 variable along y-axis. Let us consider like that. So before going for the minimum value, we have to solve all the constraints one by one. So the first constraint is x1 is greater than 0. That is, it is non-negative. x2 is greater than or equal to 0. Again, that means it is a non-negative. Next one, what it says, x1 plus x2 is greater than or equal to 5. So this is your first constraint. So we know how to solve. We have to just equate it to 5. Once you put x1 as 0, you will get the value of x2 as 5. Similarly, once you put x2 as 0, you will get the value of x1, which is 5. Then we have to plot the straight line of this in Cartesian system. Now for the solution part, we have to put x1 and x2 both as 0 in your first constraint. Okay, so if I put 0, this is something I will get. Now this is definitely a false statement. So by rule we know that if the statement is false, the solution lies away from the origin. Correct? So the solution would be away from the origin for the first constraint. Okay, next, similarly we have the next constraint, that is minus x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 1. Let this be a second constraint. Okay, so again by the rule we equate it to 1. Okay, once you put x as 0, x1 as 0, you'll get the x2 as 1, and if you put x2 as 0, you'll get the value of x1 as minus 1. So we have to plot the line for this. Now for the solution part, again for the solution part, we have to put x1 and x2 both as 0 in your given constraint, from where I will get 0 less than or equal to 1. This is definitely a true statement. Therefore, the solution of this lies towards the origin. Correct? So this lies towards the origin for the next constraint. Now, similarly, the last constraint, what is that? 5x1 plus 4x2 is less than or equal to 40. Okay, so by rule again equate it to 40 and we shall find the vertices here. So this is equals to 40. If I put x1 as 0, I'll get x2 as 10. If I put x2 as 0, I'll get x1 as 8. Okay, so we have to plot the line of this again. Now everywhere you can see that you will get a thick line for the straight lines because all are slack inequalities. Okay, also for the solution part, if I put x1 and x2 as 0 in the constraint, I will get 0 less than or equal to 40, which is definitely a true statement. Therefore, the solution is again towards the origin for this line. Okay, and everywhere we have slack inequalities, so you will get the thick line. Okay, so let us plot this. I'll just take a moment here. Okay, yes. So since we are doing KCET here, I'm going to take x-axis. Okay, I'm going to take x-axis. We are going to plot x1 variable along x-axis and x2 variable along y-axis that we have mentioned already. Okay, so this is y dash, x1 along x-axis. Okay, and x2 along y-axis. Fine. So since we are doing KCET, I'll save a little bit time here. Okay, so I'll just take not exactly scale wise. Okay, so I'm not taking exact measurements here. A moment. Yes, okay, so something like this we have, say this is -1. Similarly, everywhere say it is 1 centimeter, scale should be 1 centimeter, so 1 by 1. So the first points you have got as, say this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, and say these are 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and 10 and so on. Okay, so the first line we have got as 5 and 5. So the first point is 5 comma 0 and the second point is also 5, that is 0 comma 5. Yes, so if I join this again, it's a slack inequality, so we are going to get a thick line here. So this is your first straight line, that is x1 plus x2 is greater than or equal to 5. And where was the solution of this line? It was away from the origin. So we will little bit mark like this. Now the second one, what is the second line we have got? X1 is -1 Okay, x1 is -1 that we have got, and x2 is +1. So that is on the y-axis. So if I join this, this is the straight line that I'm going to get. This is the straight line of what? Minus x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 1. Okay, at the points 0, 1 and -1, 0. Now the solution of this was towards the origin. Okay, so let us just mark like this. Now we shall go for the third line, which gives the coordinates, vertices as 8 and 10. Okay, so here we have 8. So this point is 8, 0, and this point is 0, 10. Okay, so if I just plot this, this is the straight line I'm going to get. Okay, and where was the solution of this line again? The solution of this line was towards the origin again. Okay, so this green line, the green line is which one? 5x1 plus 4x2 is less than or equal to 40, and the solution was towards the origin. Okay, so the solution was towards the origin. Now if you see, all the three are meeting each other in this convex region. Yes, so this is going to be your feasible region. So feasible region, the corner points are, let this is A, B, okay, let this is C, and let this is D. So A, B, C, D is your bounded feasible region. Now the point A is the intersection of your red line and blue line, that is x1 plus x2 equal to 5 and minus x1 plus x2 equals to 1. So if you solve these two equations, you will get the value of A. You will get the value of A as here 2, 3. Okay. Now the point B is the intersection of your blue line and green line. That is minus x1 plus x2 equal to 1 and 5x1 plus 4x2 equals to 40. Okay. So if you solve this point, you are going to get the points here as 4, 5. So now we have all the available corner points. Let us solve the maximum or minimum value, what the question is. Okay, so the corner points, here the corner points. Okay, and the f value, what is f value given? 2x1 minus x2. Okay, so what are the corner points we got? One is 5, 0, another one is 8, 0. Upon solving, A you will get 2, 3. Upon solving, B you will get 4, 5. Okay, so here I'll get 10, here I'll get 16, here I'll get 1, and here I'll get 3. Okay, so the question is, what is the minimum value? So your minimum value, you can clearly see that the minimum value is 1. So which option is correct? Option C. Thank you.